everybody, it's Max with Crypto Talk Now. I want to go ahead and give you guys this particular Stellar update, and if anything, I think one of the main key takeaways should be that Stellar basically helps level the playing field. They give anyone with any background a fighting chance. And with that said, when it comes to underdeserved countries and people from those particular areas, you love to hear the stories about how we have, for instance, a particular fintech startup who helps different companies and organizations by providing real world use case in the forms of building apps built on what? Stellar. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's Stellar update. And as you can see right here, look at this for yourself. This was literally posted a couple days ago, but Stellar Lumens supports fintech startup to conquer a $1 billion market in just that, Latin America. Now, when I went further into it, the specific fintech was Techstars, and Techstars chose 12 startups from Latin American nations for its Maiden Tech Startup Accelerate program to provide innovative solutions to, like I mentioned, the underdeserved. So it says the program's total duration is 90 days, with founders from South America, specifically in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and even here in the United States for that matter. There's also going to be, for instance, Mexico. I believe specifically the location is Mexico City. Now, in regards to a recent blog post, it states Stellar-powered Techstars Payments announced the 12 startups it chose for its inaugural accelerated program. According to the announcement, Techstars chose these startups based on the innovative payment solutions that they provide for underdeserved or emerging markets in categories such as financial infrastructure, investing, personal financial management, lending, financial literacy, and even payments. This Techstars program is the first physical training for tech startups in Latin America. And that is, again, one of the key things I want to point out. It's a hybrid program where the Techstars team will meet virtually and physically with these startup teams. They will hold these physical meetings in Miami, Florida, Mexico City, and even Dallas, Texas, with meetings at each location lasting for 1 week. This is going to allow the program's total duration to be 90 days. And of course, it's going to be with founders from South America, like the countries I mentioned before, which are Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. And of course, even the United States and Mexico participating. Now, in regards to this huge underdeserved market, blockchain-based distributed ledger Stellar Lumens and digital payments giant MoneyGram are the headline sponsors for this specific program. It is worth noting that Stellar Lumens and MoneyGram are also partners, and they have established a robust fintech ecosystem across emerging markets, including Latin American nations. Now, in regards to Techstars, they are a payment accelerator program, and their director specifically, who is Trisha Martinez, opines that there are endless financial inclusion and fintech innovation opportunities in just that, Latin American countries. And it has a vastly underdeserved market, as we know. Martinez added that many businesses seek solutions to their operations problems, such as currency volatility and even just that, broken infrastructure. Similarly, consumers want efficient systems, and of course, as a result from that, let's be honest, they're going to pay huge fees to conduct their financial transactions. And I couldn't agree more. As far as the startups for the inaugural program, the 12 startups chosen by Techstars for its first accelerated program are the ones that you see here specifically I'm going to mention. So, for one, the one that really stood out for me from this particular list is Bundle, LendMe, and on top of that, the remaining ones were UILs, and even Zuma. And of course, we'll be showing you some of the key highlights from each one. So, if anything, I'm going to show you guys some of this starting right now. Alright, so check this out. This is Bundle. And basically, with them, they are looking to do this specifically. They're looking to ease investments for the average resident. And that is really, really key. You know, they plan to launch an automated system that deducts spare amounts from daily user purchases made with credit cards. On top of that, they look to basically invest such spare amounts into various financial instruments such as stocks and just that, crypto. A side benefit is that this method enables users to develop healthy investment habits. Let's face it, when it comes to crypto and even outside of crypto, a lot of people don't practice these specific things.
Your money is more powerful than you know. It only takes a little, and from there it can multiply and grow. But it can't help just sitting in your pocket or your change jar. Introducing Bundle. Bundle takes your spare change from everyday purchases, such as coffee, lunch, or gas, and automatically invests it into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's secure, easy, and hassle-free to watch your spare change grow. Bundle. Painless, effortless, and fun investing.
Alright, up next is LendMe. Now, LendMe, like it shows right here, is basically stating that they realize that high operation and underwriting costs have created barriers to lend and access capital. I couldn't agree more. This has failed both borrowers and lenders. With LendMe, they remove all the unnecessary costs by using technology to give borrowers transparent and immediate access to capital and provide lenders the same data and tools big financial institutions have at their disposal via an app. I'm going to go further up. You can kind of have an idea of how this app looks. There's a visual representation of that. But going further down, there's this right here. It says that LendMe allows lenders the ability to lend without the high cost needed to maintain a shop staff, verify and qualify borrowers, and manage loans. And you know, while we'll get more into this, one thing I love about it is all of this again is built on Stellar. You know, you talk about various other you know, projects with ecosystems and so on. I mean, man, you know, it's one thing to have, for instance, a particular fintech startup, and then from there, those specific fintech startups build an ecosystem off of that particular platform, right? So it says technology allows us to do this cheaply and much more efficiently. Better yet, less costs mean lower interest and more capital available to borrowers. They have this right here. It says an easier way to borrow. How about this? Do you need to borrow $50,000 to $5,000? Well, a lot of us do, right? In some cases, maybe you do it for crypto. I don't know. But it states with LendMe, you can get instant access to lenders willing to basically compete to lend to you. Unlike others, LendMe lenders will offer you a rate you deserve regardless of your credit score. That is really, really something, because let's face it, you know, and with traditional finance, you have to have really, really good credit, right? You got to have a FICO score, I would imagine, of at least nowadays, like what, 700, 750 preferably. Anything to 600s, I don't even know if they approve you anymore, right? Those days of subprime, forget about it, right? I know this is not, you know, in regards to a mortgage, but I'm just saying. Now it says, with just a couple of clicks, request a loan and give us a try. And again, you know, that's really cool to see some of this stuff, right? And of course, it breaks it down to invest smarter. They ask you some specific questions on what type of investor you are and so on. You know, look at all this. For instance, they have 510,000 users. Look, all the loans are originated. And then, you know, they actually have some news updates and so on. So really cool to see this. There's various other companies that trust them. I mean, heck, you know, we're just talking about credit scores, right? FICO scores. You know, TransUnion, who's part of the big three of credit reporting agencies, right? I think it's, what is it? Back when I was loan offers. You got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Those were always the big three, and of course from there you would have to get a report for all three to give the person an average. But nonetheless, yeah, they got FAQ, all this right here, right? Really, really cool to see that. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and actually kick it in to the next one that we have on this particular list. We'll get into here shortly. All right, up next is UILs. And like it shows right here, UILs wants to lend Latin Americans, basically rideshare drivers, cash base on their driving record. All right, this was actually posted back on October 20th, but it's still fairly new to say the least. And if anything, when I went more into it, it says that when UILs launched in 2021, it was a car rental service for rideshare drivers. But after the founders realized that many rideshare drivers don't have access to credit, particularly in Latin America, the Buenos Aires-based company pivoted to Fintech, offering financial services to drivers through a behavioral scoring engine based entirely on a person's driving history. On top of that, rideshares vehicle lending is a crowded market, as we know. It states both Uber and Lyft host marketplaces where approved vehicle rental companies can show their wares. For instance, Uber has piloted with a short-term credit program offering $500 to drivers. One of the largest ride-sharing companies is in China, which is Didi. They went ahead and they started offering loans to drivers back in 2019. A little bit further down, it states that if you want to use UILs, drivers download an app. You fill out an application and they connect the app to the ride-sharing platforms. All right, last on the list is this specific one you see right here, and it is referred to as Zuma. And with Zuma, or it might actually be pronounced Zuma, I haven't been able to verify that, but that's beyond the point. It says you're going to be able to manage your finances in one app. And whether we're in the United States or anywhere, right? Latin American countries and so on, let's face it, we all could use something that's going to help us manage our finances better. And if we have an app to do that, that's really cool. And especially if it's built on what? Stellar, right? So it says with Zuma, we will be able to take control of your finances and invest in a simple and easy way. And of course, they have a wait list to improve your finances. And that's something, I guess there's so much demand for it. But yeah, it's right here. Here gives you, this gives you basically an example. I know a lot of it's in Espanol, but check this out for yourself. Like it says, manage your personal finances, take control of your finances in one app. Kind of somewhat gives you a little taste of how this basically is. But yeah, it's a wait list right now. So again, it's very, very new to say the least. But it's just really, really cool to see how some of these are specifically broken down in that regard with what? Being something that's built on specifically Stellar. So I'm going to come back into the frame. And if anything, guys, I just want to share some of these with you. That was really cool to actually give you guys a particular Stellar update. Anything, it's great to see, like I mentioned, a fintech project come in, and then if anything, like built upon their own project, like making various different ones, like building an ecosystem to a sense. But at the end of the day, what built all upon Stellar? That's the key thing. So we'll give you more updates in regards to Stellar going forward. Thanks for watching today's Stellar update. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.